And Cobb County is now launching drive-through court services for some constituents. The idea here is to cut down on a crowded state courthouse and give people quick and easy access to pay fines or drop off some documents.
Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Blindfor is in Cobb County tonight with a look at how this pilot program will work.
We got 2 laptop bundles, our scanner, our credit card swipe.
Cobb County State Court Clerk Tanisha Phillips shows us the creative new way that her office will begin collecting fines and case documents for people having legal troubles.
This is justice on the go.
The county is repurposing an old bank building. The idea is for people to be able to drive up, tap their card, and be on their way.
It will be just like they were coming into the lobby.
Phillips says the goal is to improve access to justice and cut down on congestion in a very old and crowded state court building. She says last year they had over 160,000 people pass through their front doors, largely due to a massive increase in the number of people cited for passing school buses illegally. After the state increased stop arm penalties to $1,000, Cobb County schools added new cameras to their bus fleet.
That increased the volume, of course, in the number of citations being issued, because now they're capturing all of the people passing the stop signs, and so that increased our workload.
For perspective, Phillips says her office went from handling about $185,000 in school bus related citations to more than $1 million after the cameras were installed about 6 months ago. She's hopeful the new drive-through lanes will help keep things moving quickly and more efficiently for people in a rush or those without access to paying fines online.
We're excited to roll out something new, something very innovative.
Reporting in Cobb County, Chelsea Blindfor, Atlanta News First.